Alright guys, we're going to be talking about something huge for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, if you guys didn't know, the Garad Krovi Easter egg ending cutscene was actually revealed early this morning, last night, whatever it was, and whether or not the Easter egg was glitched to actually get the cutscene, it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, it's not really fair that it was glitched, but, you know, we had the cutscene's out, so we have the ending cutscene, and we know what's happening in it. And there's a DLC 4 teaser within the cutscene. Now, the map name was revealed. We have a little teaser card at the end. I'll play it for you guys right now. The Easter egg ends, and then it says to be continued, and then it says Revelations. Now, I'll go through all the insane stuff, what that may mean according to the storyline of Black Ops 3 Zombies, what the revelation will be within DLC 4. Obviously, we'll compare it to Origins. We'll see some of the stuff that people have been talking about, some of the comments in my comment section talking about what the revelation will be, what it may mean, if it's similar to Origins, where we're going, the timeline, the time period of this map. We're going to go through all of that within this video. This is our first real official DLC 4 teaser, and that's just huge for Black Ops 3 Zombies. So with that being said, if we can hit 350 likes, that would be absolutely insane. Again, this is a huge video. This is the first video out of many for DLC 4 talking about what we're going to see, and it's insane because our first video for DLC 4, we actually already have the map name. So it's going to be pretty crazy to actually have the map name and use that to our advantage to really figure out what we're going to see for this new map. So again, 350 likes is our like goal. We can definitely freaking hit it, guys. Every video we hit the like goal, so thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's get started with this video here. So again, I'll play the original thing on screen now. It says to be continued, Revelations. There you go. I'm going to play a couple stuff. We're going to talk about two different things here. First, I'm going to do the Origins and Revelations comparison because it's very huge, and I think people noticed it right off the bat when they saw that. So here is the Origins card. Originally, before DLC 4 released for Black Ops 2 Zombies, we saw an Origins teaser, okay? We saw this Origins teaser, and it sort of just popped up, Origins. And if you look at the Revelations teaser, it's the same exact style. It's almost identical. There's slightly coloring differences and maybe a bit of a texture difference there. That's just because it's Black Ops 3 versus Black Ops 2. That's the way it is. But you look, it's very apparently similar there. You know there's a connection. And people have been saying, and I want to go into the storyline aspect here, because there's a possibility like, oh, since it's similar to Origins, what if we're going back to Origins? What if we're going back in time and we're going back to see how this is all occurring? And just because it's similar to the Origins text, so we're going to have some sort of relation with Origins. I do think there's going to be a relation with Origins, but only in the Agartha sense, not with the actual time period. There's no way we're going back in time again to Origins. You can't see the origins of the Origins characters as we're playing as right now because we already saw their origins, which was Origins back in Black Ops 2. We're not doing that, you know? It just doesn't make sense. And also, Garad Krovi, if we have our theory correct that Garad Krovi is actually back during the Mob of the Dead era, which was before Tsushima, which was before Drazen, before the Giant, Garad Krovi would already be back in time. So we're not going back in time again if we already went back in time for Garad Krovi. And the reason why I think that as well is because you have the Mob of the Dead eyes, which means that we're back in the 1920s. It could be also the fact that we used a teleporter to actually get to Garad Krovi because we needed to time travel to actually get to Garad Krovi instead of using a ship to Zetsubo or a giant to Drazen, because obviously you can use those because you're in the same time period, but if you're time traveling, you can't use a robot to time travel, you have to use a teleporter, and that's why they teleported in and out of Garad Krovi. So with that being said, we already time traveled already to Garad Krovi, so we're not going to time travel again for Revelations DLC 4. Now this is the final thing here. Revelations is just directly after the events of Zetsubo, and obviously, you know, potentially directly after the events of Garad Krovi, not chronologically, but in the actual map order, it's directly after that as well. So we're in the late 1940s, early 1950s possibly, and Revelations, you know, the time period we sort of know, obviously, like I talked about again, but the actual location, such a hard thing, man, such a hard thing. We talked about Egypt, Agartha's a definitely possible one there. It's just insane. And now, obviously, here's the more apparent thing to talk about, the revelation, okay? The revelation of the map. And obviously, a revelation, we're going to have this huge revelation. It's literally in the map. And I also, before I talk about this, it's pretty funny. We start for Shadows of Evil, and then we go from all these insane languages. You have German, Drazen, Japanese, Tsushima, Russian, Garad Krovi, and then you finally have, just to end it off, Revelations. Just simple. I just thought that was pretty funny, just to leave that there. But again, Revelations, something huge will happen. Some huge turning point. Like we saw with DLC 4, a huge turning point. The beginning of the Origins characters, this huge thing with the summoning key started at Origins. And again, with Revelations DLC 4, there should be a huge turning point. And that turning point will be the end of the Origins characters and the beginning of something new, which would move on into the next installment of Treyarch in 2018 with their zombies and their sort of continuation of the storyline. Now, think about this. They're not going to end the whole storyline. The Origins characters are done. This is their last time. DLC 4, that's it. But something huge, 100%, will lead into the next Call of Duty. Whether or not it's Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, doesn't really matter. But something in this storyline, in the zombie storyline, will continue. They're not going to cap every single zombies teaser we've ever had. Think about this. Going into Black Ops 4, whatever the game is called, obviously, they're not going to start completely fresh. They're not going to make all new teasers, all new storyline lore. It's not going to happen. It's just going to be a whole nother crew with a whole nother connection, a better connection to the Origins characters than the, let's say, Transit crew had to the Origins characters or the Richtofen crew from Black Ops 1. It's going to be a closer connection to Agartha, a closer connection to the Origins characters, and DLC 4. Now, the revelation as of now, I think it's fair and safe to assume that the revelation will just be, what is Richtofen going to do with the summoning key? Richtofen said in the Easter egg cutscene of DLC 3 Garage Crovy, we now have all the souls, or someone said it, they were all talking about it, and then they got sent up into the teleporter into, I guess, DLC 4. But what is he going to do with the souls? What is he going to do once he gets his summoning key? Again, there's been so much talk whether he's doing this for good. And I want to believe he's doing it for good. I want to believe that he actually wants to end the suffering of the world and actually end the zombies and actually do this for the good of the world. And he talks about that. He hinted at that time and time again. That's what we all been thinking. But at the same time, he has to defend himself all the time. Richtofen is constantly saying, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. In the intro of the Giant, he says, oh, don't worry, Nikolai. I know what I'm doing here. Don't worry about this. Nikolai's like, Richtofen, what were you doing messing with that body? And he's just like, don't, just back off. I got this. I know what I'm doing. In Richtofen's memories trailer, he talks about referring to someone doubting him, and Richtofen says, I know what I must do to complete my goal. Richtofen constantly has this secret goal to himself, his secret grand scheme 2.0, as I've been calling it, and it's just not clear whether or not it's truly for good. If it was truly for good, why wouldn't he tell everyone? Why does he have to keep it to himself? And why does he have to fight with, Dempsey during the Ragnarok ending cutscene? Like, okay, Nikolai, Dempsey, we must do this. And then with Nikolai here in DLC 3, why is this all occurring? Or why do you think Nikolai 1.0 is so defensive? Probably not because he's dying, but potentially because he actually knows what's going to occur once his soul is completed. If Nikolai 1.0, like, think about Takeo 1.0. Takeo 1.0 apparently had this idea like, oh yes, we must do this. Takeo 1.0 within the Zetsuo ending cutscene was like, okay, I will kill myself, let's do this, fine, whatever. But Nikolai 1.0 had this whole different mindset. Now, whether or not it's because he's been stuck there, he's trying to escape them, or Nikolai 1.0 just doesn't want to die, Nikolai 1.0 knows about the summoning key, he doesn't want to get in the summoning key, we don't really know what the whole deal is with that, and we don't know why he's going against that. And again, once they're all in the summoning key, there are different possibilities. Now, we have, I just want to put this out there because I just want to make it apparent that, what if this happens? We've been talking about the summoning key potentially being a DLC 4 map. Now, if that were to happen, that would be insane. But think about this. What if we're actually playing as the Black Ops 1 characters, the 1.0 characters, in the summoning key? I think, honestly, that may in fact happen. I honestly feel that that's something we're going to do. We're going to play as the Black Ops 1 characters as their souls, or maybe their souls will be used and we'll be playing with their souls in the summoning key as a DLC format. Look, I'll have more theories on that, we'll talk about that, but I do think it's very, very possible. And if you're watching at the end of this video, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I honestly do think it's possible, and hopefully I get more information to back that up, but just putting it out there right now, I don't know, man. I have a good feeling. Something interesting will happen. Maybe not, but I just want to put it out there just in case. So let me know what you guys think about this. Hope you guys did enjoy. Revelations is the DLC format, but this is the first teaser we have, and hopefully we will get more information soon to figure out where we're going to be, which is a huge thing, and what Richtofen's grand scheme will finally be. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.